Hello Stampers, it's the Pampered Stamper and I'm redoing this video on the hand-delivered stamp set. I'm sorry about this morning, but my phone ran out of memory space and I didn't realize it. So I did an awesome video, but you only got about a third of it. So I'm going to show you this two-step stamp that's actually a host set. So you can only get it if you place a $200 order, or if you order online. I am going to pick a winner from anyone who orders online between now and the end of the month. Okay, so you can see that it's great for many occasions. It's good for birthday, graduation, just a regular congratulations. There's this little sign in which you can stamp thank you, miss you, hope you feel better soon, love celebrating you. So it's fantastic. There's also the skirt that you can stamp with either the floral pattern or the stripes or pleats or whatever you want to call them. And I love it that she's holding either a huge bouquet of balloons, a wedding cake, a stack of books, or of course the sign. So I thought it's almost June, so we should have a graduation card just in case. But I wanted to do a card that could be anything. So I'll show you what I came up with. The first card was this one. And this ribbon is also retiring. It's a metallic ribbon, and it also comes in a set of two. It also comes with a pretty green in there. And that's petal pink. And so I used 3 pinks in here, and it's colored with blends. And the one thing I want to point out is that the balloons come with that body on them. And when I first saw that stamp, I thought the buttons were meant for the skirt, and I stamped it too low. It looks much better when it's stamped properly. That makes sense, right? And then here is the second card, which is a graduation card with the books. Super cute. This is just a 1 1/4 inch strip of wood grain paper with the gingham ribbon. So I just tuck the ribbon under the ends. And then this is the lace edgelets, the delicate lace edgelets. They're lovely. I don't know if they're still in the new catalog. We'll find out. So I'm going to show you how this stamp works. So really, ideally, you want to use a Stamparatus. So I've got here a 4 inch by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock, Whisper White. And we'll start with the girl, and I'm going to stamp her off to the side a little bit because I want to leave room for that strip of paper. So you just lay it on the paper where you want it to go, fold it over, and I always just give it a tight push into the corner in case it moved. Then you want to take your empty case and put it underneath the I can't even remember what this thing is called. Oma's brain is tired. Underneath that plate. That way it's flat. You're providing a firm surface. So I'm using Memento ink because Memento is what you want to use when you're stamping with blends. So just give it a nice... Oh, that's perfect. It doesn't even need a new... it doesn't need another one. I see I've got a bit of gunk on my stamp that I should have cleaned off. And I think it's from using a baby wipe. So do not use baby wipes to clean your stamps. You really want to use our chamois or... yeah, you can also use the old-fashioned one. I just flipped the hinge because you can use 2 sides. So now I'm going to lay the balloons on here. And that's just the coolest thing. Oh, actually, I'm going to learn from my mistake. I'm turning this around because you want your image to be as far away. I'm going to do it this way. As far away from the hinge as possible. So here we go. See how you can see right through it? So the edges of the shirt touch the skirt. We're good to go. This is on the other side, so it's not in the way. But you'll notice how it moved. The whole thing moved. There we go. Yeah. Oh, I totally didn't ink up that one balloon. You see that? That's okay. That's why the Stamparatus is wonderful. Now it's perfect. Okay. I'm actually going to set this aside because Memento, you can let it dry for a minute, especially on this side. You see it's a little bit juicier. And in the meantime, I am going to show you a different card. So I'm taking this thing right off and I'm going to put the second one on because your Stamparatus comes with 2 plates. Okay. Now, let's see what we're going to do. I think we'll do the girl again. And we're going to lay her down over here, there, and this time we'll do the books. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we'll do the sign. Let's do the sign. I've shown the books already on the card. There we go. Flip the hinge. There we go. It's really so user-friendly. Everything is going askew. There. I always tell people that if I can do this, anybody can do this. Now, the one thing you want to be careful of is that her hands are going the right way. Yes. See? And it just goes straight like that. Her hands, you know, when you hold something, your fingers are kind of pointing down. So you want to be aware of that. Again, remember, tighten to the corner. And actually, while I'm showing you this, see this black piece? You only put this black piece in when you're using photopolymer. If you're using a rubber stamp with the red rubber, you don't need the black layer. This just gives you a little bit more depth, a little more height. Okay, so we're going to ink up the little sign. And hopefully that extra ink doesn't go on my paper. It didn't. Perfect. Awesome. So now I'm just going to peel that off. And now we're going to decide what we're going to do. I'm going to do thank you, because when someone orders from me online, I like to send a thank you card. Because I appreciate your business so much. I don't take any of it for granted. Every customer is gold. Okay? So you are golden. Let's have a look. See how cute that is? Isn't that adorable? So then you can add any pattern paper, add a ribbon, add a few gems. It's fantastic. So you can do this for so many occasions. This is a great stamp set. All right, now I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks for the balloons, okay? Well, not necessarily just for the balloons, but, whoops, let's get it right on. Okay, just for the blends, okay? So I'm going to use the lovely lipstick dark. I always do the dark first, and then I'm just going to do this side of the balloon, because we're going to pretend the sun is coming from over here, so then that side will be the shadow. So I'm trying to think about these things. So now I have the light color, and I'm going to color the rest of the balloon with the light. And there. And I just had 2 customers drop in, and they had something in common. Both of them used to hate coloring. And ever since they found the blends, they love coloring. In fact, one lady colored 300 cards for her church. Okay, see how you can see this line and it's very distinctive? You just want to keep going over it with the light one and pull that color in. You just want to keep going. I'm not pressing hard at all. In fact, you don't press at all. You barely touch the paper. And it slowly goes. You'll still see a bit of a line, a bit of a shadow, but that's okay. Anyway, this lady did 300 cards, and her blends did not dry out, okay? Now that is amazing. That's what I thought. Now see how that line used to be pretty ugly? Well, it's pretty nice now. Look at that. I think that's nice. And then if you want to add a little bit more depth yet to your balloon, I've left a little bit of white space there, but we have this awesome tool called a color lifter, and you can just do like that. And look at that, it just looks, you know how a balloon has those mottled shades? I'm sorry, that's the garbage truck going by. There's lots of noises in the city. Well, I hope that that was helpful to you. The blends just really make your cards pop off the page. I think they're just really, really nice. So a very simple layout and just a great card that you can do very easily. All right. So don't forget, use the host code if you want to order anything online, and you might win this set. Okay. And another way that you could get it is I still have a couple of cases of catalogs that have to be handed out. So think about it. All right. Have a super day, and thank you for joining me.